India and Africa. Now, Africa is a continent, but I'm talking of 50 African countries have participated in between that. Okay, so it is IITD में 50 countries participated and they adopted the Gandhinagar Declaration, and the Gandhinagar Declaration was to enhance the partnership of defense in India. Okay, sir. Yeah, start. Start it again. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, अभी देखो हमने यहाँ से तक तो पढ़ी हुई है, and let me just start also. Where is it? We are talking of, yeah, I was here. Second India-Africa Defense Dialogue has happened. Now, what is it? I've already told you. This was the defense dialogue that is happening between two countries, and this is 12th DEF Expo. 12th DEF Expo में हुआ था. 11th DEF Expo was held in Lucknow. Very good. Okay. This is basically the Lucknow Declaration, and this was held in Gandhinagar. This is held in Gandhinagar Declaration. Okay. Let's move on. I've already told you. So IADD क्या है? IADD is basically looking for training, cyber security and maritime security and counterterrorism. But remember, in what? In between India and Africa. Now Africa is a continent, right? 50 African countries participated with India. India is a country at the second IADD. Okay, 50 African countries participated. Now, what डेफ एक्सपो was this? ये जो डेफ एक्सपो है ये 12th है, ठीक है. इससे पहले 11th था. 11th जो था वो हमारा what do you call, वो हमारा IADD का फर्स्ट कॉन्फ्रेंस था. फर्स्ट मतलब इससे पहले के जो 10 से डेफ एक्सपो हुए हैं उसमें IADD एस्टैब्लिश ही नहीं हुआ था. तो फर्स्ट IADD हुआ था 2020 में. ओके. एंड ये जो होते हैं दिस IADD की जो मीटिंग्स होती है, इट इज बायएनुअली, मींस इट इज वंस इन 2 years. So first happened in 2020 and second happened in 2022. First was called as Lucknow, second was called as Gandhinagar. First जिसके formulations देखते that was called as Lucknow Declaration and the second was Gandhinagar Declaration. Basically both aimed for the development of defense in India and Africa. The defense in India and Africa. Okay. I've already told you 50 African countries participated in this. This is also known as Gandhinagar Declaration. And of course, क्या करने के लिए? Just to enhance, improve the relations of defense and security amongst both IADD. Is it a right or wrong? Next. Next we have the Indian and African countries are important stakeholders in ensuring a safe for all. So India and Africa countries are important stakeholders in ensuring a safe and secure maritime environment. Very important. Just look at the map. You will relate to this. Now look at the map. What is it saying? Just a second. It is. You see, कि कौन से एरियाज मर्ज कर रहे हैं? कौन से एरियाज मर्ज कर रहे हैं? We have the Indian Ocean region. This is the region where we can say Arabian is across Africa, right? So this is primarily the Indian Ocean. So it becomes very important. This IADD becomes very important. This dialogue for the maritime security in what? Indian Ocean region, IOR. Okay, Indian Ocean region, it becomes very. This is the basic importance of this. Next we have. Just a second. Yeah. A little more. India has offered her India-Africa Security Fellowship Program for the experts from African countries to Manohar Parrikar. Who was Manohar Parrikar? Very good. He passed away. And a very good minister of the Modi government. Institute for Defense Studies and Analysis. So this is also another fellowship program that happens for both Indian and African countries के experts को इधर बुलाने के लिए, and so that they can basically analyze what are the drawbacks and what are the faults that could be rectified in the security of maritime in between the Indian Ocean region. Next move, next we have Mathini Sambho Bridge. Very important. You must have read this. Is just came yesterday. What is this? Have you known about this? This is a Mathini Sambho project. Bridge was the cleared a crucial bridge project on the river Ganga. It is the river Ganga in Begusarai. Where is Begusarai? In which state? Bihar. Very good. So this bridge was built on, I already told you, river Ganga mein bana hai. Let's see the map. You'll understand it better. It is Mathini Sambho Bridge. So Mathini is this and Sambho is this. This is the proposed bridge. It is of 6 kilometers. Okay? And existing was just this 0.3 kilometers. Okay? And this is in the Ganga River. Okay? This is Begusarai. Okay? So now you see what is the importance of the significance of this bridge. This bridge is being built on River Ganga in Begusarai, in Bihar. It will link the riverine areas of Mathini and Sambho. So basically तभी इन दोनों को link करने के लिए ये bridge बना. Of course, a bridge means itself to link basically to states, cities, places, whatsoever it is. And would also connect the NH31 and NH80. Very important. National Highway 31, that is Patna Mokama, and National Highway 80, that is Begusarai Purnia. Okay, just remember the names, so numbers, that's enough. We have the Mathini Sambho Bridge, a little more about it. In high, there is the National Highway Authority of India has made a rare exception to clear the feasibility report of the bridge. Very rare exception. See, current affairs becomes important only if there is something startling to it. Why we are discussing this? There must be a reason. What is so special? It is that the Nahai has made a rare exception. What is the exception? That they have cleared the feasibility report. Of course, कोई भी bridge बनने से पहले the Nahai has to approve. Nahai has to see what is the ground reality. Is it feasible? Is it gonna help? What are the drawbacks? What are the consequences? क्या-क्या चीजें इसमें कमी है? वो सारी चीजों को clear करते हुए they made clear the feasibility report as per the rule within 50 kilometers of a bridge, upstream or downstream, a new bridge cannot be considered. But they did this time. This is the rule. That is 50 kilometers of a bridge, upstream or downstream, a new bridge cannot be considered. But they have. क्यों मैंने बोला? अभी देखो यहाँ पे ये bridge था. This is the existing Nahai. ठीक है? This is the proposed bridge and this is another bridge. So they are saying एक bridge होने के बाद दूसरा bridge नहीं allowed है within 50 kilometers of upstream and downstream. But still they have done. Is it right or no? Next we have Mathini Sambho के बाद. What do we have? Benefits of the bridge, of course, I've already told you. But in this case, I'll discuss the shortening of travel distance, potential benefits of the rural economy, and the upcoming. Of course, ये जो exception बनाई है, ये क्यों बनी है? क्या reasons है? First of all, travel distance कम हो जाता है. Of course, this is the basic advantage of any bridge. It reduces the travel distance. Next, it leads to some benefits to the rural economy. जब it becomes, see, two things get connected. That means the livelihood of that particular area gets improved automatically because connectivity plays a pivotal role in the economy and trade of any particular place. So in this, definitely the rural economy will have a boost, and more or less every bound in our country, we have the assembly polls coming out, which have to work in the project's favor. Okay? Ministers commit something and they have to fulfill that, and then a high comes as a rescue. Benefits of the bridge would shorten the travel route, I've already told you, from North Bihar to South Bihar, Odisha and Jharkhand. Okay, just excuse me. Hello. Yeah. Where were we? Yeah, we were here. So it shortens the travel route between North Bihar and South Bihar, Odisha, Jharkhand, and Nepal by at least 70 kilometers. See the significance of this bridge. What was the name of the bridge? Good, good. Keep on saying. And ऐसे क्या था? Sambhu bridge, right? Mathini and Sambhu bridge. Do not forget the highlight of the article. Topic क्या है? ठीक है? Benefits बता दिया. Distance कम होता है 70 kilometers है. It holds great importance in terms of safety of 13 industrial units in Begusarai and Barauni. Of course, मैंने तुम्हें बताया ही है. अगर bridge बनता है, it impacts everything. The economy, the infrastructure, the livelihood, everything gets impacted. But in a positive sense, I'm talking. By providing a base and easy access to NDRF teams in terms of any industrial disasters. NDRF? Disaster resilience. Okay. What is WISER program? WISER is the first 11 awardees of the women involved. Now, what is WISER? Women involved in science and engineering research. 11 awardees were recently felicitated in WISER. What is this? It is launched by the Indo-German Science Technology Center, IGST. Okay. That is, it is a alliance between Indo and German. ठीक है, science and technology. So जिन्होंने ये बनाया कि स्पेशली women को जो कि साइंस और टेक फील्ड में है, उसके 11 अवार्ड्स को हुए. लॉन्च अभी 2021 में हुआ है. Purpose to promote women in the field of research and development. I discussed yesterday also. That was STEM. What was STEM? Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. This is also WISER के साथ ही आप लिख लो. But this is indigenous. STEM is indigenous. This is Indo-German, right? This is Indo-German. 21 में हुआ है established. ठीक है. First of the kind है, अपने आप में ही है. And to promote women. Features क्या है? This program will of course support women for regular long-term research. ठीक है. This involvement is will possible through lateral entry and neither requirement for breaking career nor any age. So it is basically whosoever is doing excellence in the field of this science and technology and research and development. So those people, those girls, specifically women, regardless of the age or the career or whatsoever it is, they can easily participate in this and get a financial support of 39 lakh from Indian and 48,000 euros from the German. The WISER program offers 20 awards per year. This time they awarded 11. Fine. 39 lakhs from India and 48. Since I told you it's a basic alliance that is Indo-German Science and Technology, and it's launched by IGSTC. What is Nihonsu? The Embassy of Japan, New Delhi, has filed an application seeking a geographical indication tag for Nihonsu, Japanese sake and alcoholic beverage. Now, you know what are GI tags? GI tags are something like that is which is very predominant of that particular area, which stands absolutely different, where we can say that thing actually demarcates the geography of that place. That is why the name says the geographical indicator. So, Embassy of Japan has filed कि हाँ हमारी ये जो Nihonsu Japanese alcoholic beverage है, इसको आप GI tag दो. Let's see. Nihonsu is a alcoholic beverage. इतना ही अगर आपको पता हो, you need not know much about it. इतना ही पता हो, you can understand. Nihonsu is an alcoholic beverage. ठीक है? Who Embassy of Japan wants it. It is regarded as a beverage for making fermenting rice. आपको पता ही है how this alcohol is and all these things. Fermentation plays a pivotal role. So fermenting rice को बनता है. People traditionally drink Nihonsu on special occasions such as festivals, wedding, or funerals. But it is also consumed on a daily basis. Thus, it is an integral part of the lifestyle or culture of Japan. For making Nihonsu, 3 raw materials are needed: rice, koji cane, and water. This is important. मैंने आपको बताया ये fermenting rice, but आपको ये होना चाहिए कि Nihonsu किससे बनता है? Rice, पानी, and koji cane. Okay. Next we have what is GI tag? I've already told you. GI is basically जो कि उस पर्टिकुलर जियोग्राफिकल टेरिटरी की वो एक इंडिकेशन देता है. ठीक है. निहांशु बारे में दैट इज जीआई कहाँ से आया था ये? व्हाट इज दिस जीआई? ये बना कैसे है? द जियोग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन ऑफ गुड्स रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ प्रोडक्शन एक्ट 1999 का ये. ठीक है. seeks to provide for the registration and better protection of the GI indication related to goods in India. ये जो हम दे रही हैं GI टैग किसी पर्टिकुलर चीज को, कोई स्पाइस हो सकता है, ठीक है, वो हो सकता है, आपका कस्टम हो सकता है, कोई कल्चर हो सकता है, किसी चीज को हम देते हैं ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेट करते हैं. So this is basically regulated under the Geographical Indication of Goods Act 1999, which seeks to provide for registration and better protection of geographical indication. Just remember the act which is this year 1999. Okay, next we have, it is governed by what? It is governed by the WTO agreement on TRIPS. Now what is TRIPS? You know, WTO, that is the World Trade Organization, has agreement on TRIPS, that is trade related aspects of intellectual property rights, IPR. You must have studied in that also. Mhm. So it was decided and also stated under the Articles 1 and 10 of the Paris Convention that the protection of industrial property and geographical indication are the elements of intellectual property. So ये जो हम बोल रहे हैं कि GI टैग्स जो है वो ट्रिप्स के पार्ट हैं एंड ट्रिप्स WTO का पार्ट है. तो ये हम किसने बोला कि WTO का पार्ट है, तो किसने बोला कि क्या नाम है GI ट्रिप्स में इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी का पार्ट हो सकता है? किसी ने बोला? यस, it was held in the Paris Convention. Paris Convention said that geographical indicators can be a part of the intellectual property. That's why GI was included in TRIPS agreement. TRIPS agreement is TRIPS it is basically a trade related. You have an agreement only, and which was further directed by the WTO. Now, further we have, it is primarily an agriculture, need not handicraft and industrial goods. ठीक है, validity of this GI tag, it is for 10 years. Okay, following which it can be renewed. Next, again, an animal has come. I told you yesterday that whenever an animal, a plant or anything comes, what is the first thing? You need to have 5 things about it. WPA में क्या उसका है? Which that. Then you have in IUCN red book में क्या है? And then you have in sites में कौन सा? नहीं, sites में क्या है? Then कोई starting fact किस तरह ये आया है? And of course कहाँ? Northern giraffe. Northern giraffe was conducted, a genealogical study was conducted in Kolkata Zoo for the giraffe herd brought to India by the British. Now this is a giraffe that is brought to India by British. ठीक है? Northern giraffe. Not now, long back. ठीक है? And अभी क्या है distribution? Like I said कि कहाँ मिलता है? It is Eastern South Sudan, Southwestern Ethiopia, Kenya and Uganda. ठीक है? Habitats कहाँ मिलता है, पाया जाता है? Savannas में, woodlands में. ठीक है? That जहाँ पे क्या नाम है, इतनी ज्यादा वेजिटेशन नहीं है. वो क्या था? बाइसन. कहाँ पे? इन फॉरेस्टेड लैंड्स जहाँ पे बहुत हरियाली है. ये क्या है? woodland, in basically savannas में. Okay, they mainly eat seed leaves. You know, giraffes are almost herbivores, so that's why they eat seeds, leaves, and fruits. Is elephant a herbivore? Yes. Northern giraffe. The food sources leaves, fruits, and flowers of woody plants. Primarily acacia species, which they brought and heights most other herbivores cannot reach. Right. Next, of course, the lifespan. You need not remember all this. This can, I told you these type of questions in animals specifically or plants. They come as this, you have 3 facts out of which you have to tell which is true, which is false. Okay, which of them is correct or which of them is wrong. So that way it can come. You need not mug it up, but if you can revise it 2-3 times, definitely this will stick in your mind. So lifespan 20 to 23 years in wild and 30 to 40 years in captivity. Captivity means कब्जे में, cage में. Threat क्या है? Definitely hunting. Giraffes, deers, all these are very much at the site of hunting. Okay, we need to stop that. Or what we have habitat destruction. Savannas पे उजाड़ दो. You have this, आग लगा देते लोग, है ना? It becomes, so that is obstruction for them. What is the IUCN status? It is vulnerable, just like bison. That is also your homework is you have to check out what is the WPA status and what is the site status. Sites में कौन से appendix में, WPA में कौन से schedule. ठीक है? Appendix. Next we have, what do you have? we have about the study. I told you northern giraffe has come from Britishers. About 150 years ago, British colonists brought batches of what we see the northern giraffe to India. Northern giraffe, these are now a captive population of 29 individuals of northern giraffe. A study was recently conducted on these giraffes at the Alipur Zoological Garden. The researchers confirmed that the giraffes in this facility are almost critically endangered. Nubian giraffes or the endangered Rothschild giraffe. Okay? So they said they are likely critically endangered. But you cannot remark this. You cannot say this is correct. Why? Because this is a study only. It is just a study. Don't rely that it is हाँ जी ये तो critically endangered है. No. अभी भी साइट्स के अंदर ये vulnerable ही है. Vulnerable. Okay. Next. Next we have okay. Yeah. Next we have the National Maritime Heritage Complex NMHC. Now what is this? Of course लोथल में हुआ. लोथल क्या है? वैसे भी एक साइट है लोथल. Very good, very good. Harappan. So the Prime Minister has reviewed the work in progress at the site. The work is going on, it is not yet completed. Lothal में National Maritime Heritage Complex बन रहा है. Lothal क्यों maritime से related था? Because you remember हड़प्पन में इसका क्या significance था maritime के साथ? That's why it has been predominantly famous for that. Lothal region is found in Gujarat, ठीक है? And क्यों है international tourist destination बनेगा बहुत बड़ा, ठीक है? And क्या है इसमें? Basically just ask. हाँ लोथल में क्या है और क्या चीजें? Yeah, the NMHC was developed in Lothal. It would be I told you international tourist destination होगी. The idea क्या है? Idea is to create an entertainment, edutainment. That is education भी होगी, entertainment भी होगी. Education कैसे? अपनी heritage का पता चलेगा. Entertainment कैसे? Of course, there will be a lot of things that will amuse you. Like it will be having a theme park, eco resorts, lighthouse museum. So one of the state structures हो गए, ठीक है? There will be many pavilions. You need not remember because अभी ये पूरा develop नहीं हुआ. It is on the initial stage. ठीक है? Lothal क्या है? Of course, I told you predominant cities of the Harappan civilization. Site known for oldest man-made dockyard. Dockyard where ships stand. That's why it is related to maritime. ठीक है? You know yourself only. गुजरात का मैप देखो. It is here somewhere, है ना? What is this? It is a coastal area. And when it's something coastal है, that means automatically वहाँ पे ships और dockyards तो होंगे, harbors होंगे. That's why देखो हड़प्पन के टाइम पर it was seen that the oldest man-made dockyard was found here, and why not? Pradhan Mantri ji has used this opportunity to make NMHC. What is NMHC? National Maritime Heritage Center Complex. The site has been nominated to be a UNESCO World. Has been nominated. It is still not UNESCO. Next, we have the kamikaze drones. Recently, Russia attacked the Kuwait with a swarm of Iranian kamikaze drones. क्या है ये kamikaze drones? किसने अटैक करा किसको? रशिया ने अटैक करा कुवैत को. क्या है क्या थे? किसने बनाए थे? ईरान ने बनाए थे. ठीक है? kamikaze drones. They are small unmanned. इसमें बंदे नहीं बैठते, ड्रोन है. ठीक है? That are packed with explosives that can be flown directly at a tank or a group of troops that are destroyed when it hits the target and explodes. They are also called switchblade. अब आपको जो लिखना है, रिमेंबर करना है, वो ये फैक्ट है. Unmanned है, also called as switchblade है. ठीक है? Why? Because their wings are like blade. You know, switchblade क्यों कहते हैं? Because they have blade-like wings. स्विच ब्लेड बिकॉज ब्लेड लाइक दिस, जिसमें मैं एरो डाल रहा हूँ वो याद रखूंगा। ये है kamikaze drones, देखो see this is the type of drone, it is unmanned, people don't sit in this, ठीक है। Length 11 feet है, wingspan 8 feet है, ठीक है, and nose contains explosive warhead। Okay, you draw this diagram। What is the height of this without seeing? You haven't drawn 11 feet, ठीक है। Length is 11 feet, the wingspan is 8 feet, maximum speed you don't need to remember। Range very important, please remember the range। रेंज में क्वेश्चन बन जाते हैं, रेंज 1100 to 1500 miles, okay, just remember that। kamikaze drones है, और क्या है, the drone has the capability of going अभी मैंने क्या क्या मैं लर्न करवाया तुम्हें, unmanned, switchblade, blade like wings, and कहा था रशिया ने क्विड को, ठीक है, एंड कौन से थे, ईरानियन, एंड लेंथ 11 फीट है, ब्लेड्स की विंग्सपैन 8 फीट है, एंड रेंज 11। only these things you need to remember। next we have kamikaze drones, ईरान ने बनाए हुए, प्लीज रिमेंबर, ठीक है। the drones have the capability of going past traditional defense to strike its targets and also cost a fraction of what the larger counterparts do। these small lethal drones are difficult to detect on radar, you cannot detect on radar, ये advantage है इसकी, and they can even be programmed to hit the target without human intervention based on facial recognition। wow, on the basis they can recognize the face also and they can hit the target immediately। so this fact you remember, even if you write in your own language so that you get to know, first it is difficult to detect on radar, second it can hit the target based on facial recognition। next what you have, countries that possess such drones। although kamikaze might be the most advanced form of the drones, हाँ ये बताइए आपको most advanced form है, Russia, China, Israel, Iran, and Turkey have all some version of it। so it has, Russia has, China, Israel, Iran, Turkey। I've already discussed of Iran and Russia, okay, but China, Israel, and Turkey also have this, right things, right way। key features are what totally lightweight, weight just half and half, just छोड़ दो अब इसको weight को। then we have up to 7 miles target, this all this I've already told you upstairs, up in the above slide। can adjust blast radius, the switchblade has a feature that allows to adjust the blast radius, cameras for centralized view, switchblade has cameras to show target seconds before the impact, okay, that's me। oh, now we have questions, do not see, I will ask you the questions, let's see who all can answer, do not see on the screen, okay। Mathani Sambo Bridge was built on River Ganga in Begusarai, very true। next, the Visor program was launched by the Department of Science and Tech, Visor program was launched by Science and Tech, by Department of Science and Tech, who it was, हाँ 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 लेकर आ रहे हैं। Northern giraffe IUCN status is vulnerable, true। geographical indication tag is valid for lifetime, for 10 years, उसके बाद it can be renewed, yes। National Maritime Heritage Complex was in Rakhigiri, Haryana, Lothal, Gujarat, ठीक है। so this is the for today discussion। now you take 5 to 10 minutes for revision, let's do that, we'll quickly revise all through, let's see, starting from top, we are talking of second IADD, the Indian African Defense Dialogue। I told you that defense, it was कहाँ पे हुआ ये, डेफ एक्सपो पे, डेफ एक्सपो कहाँ हुआ था, गांधीनगर में, ठीक है। दिस इज द सेकंड डेफ एक्सपो फॉर IADD, दैट डजंट मीन कि इससे पहले डेफ एक्सपो 12th डेफ एक्सपो चल रहा है, बट सेकंड चल रहा है फॉर IADD बिकॉज IADD को भी ये दूसरा साल है, पहला इसने हुआ था 2020 में, that was in Lucknow, that was called Lucknow Declaration, this is called Gandhinagar Declaration। ये इसमें 50 countries of Africa ने participate करा था, and This is for the maritime security between India and Africa, especially in the Indian Ocean region. Getting my point? What do you have next? Of course, I've told you that even Manohar Parikar Institute has been also there so as to start a fellowship program for them. Then we have the Mathni Sambhav Bridge. Kya hai Mathni Sambhav Bridge? I've already told you this bridge is very important. Why? Because it actually connects both Mathni and both the Mathni and Sambhav areas. ठीक है? And क्या है? It is basically River Ganga में, बेगूसराय में है. It links NH31 and NH80. Extremely important. ठीक है? So NH31 and NH80, it is there. And और क्या है? Rare exception क्या है? देखो. Otherwise, 50 kilometers के बीच में जब upstream and downstream में we cannot create a bridge. But this time they have. Why? It's the distance. Second, what is there? Distance a pivotal role. Second is no. Why इसको permission दी गई है? Second, visibility, rural livelihood बढ़ेगा. Third, of course, the polls are coming out. Elections are coming. Benefits drastically decreases the trade. That distance 70 kilometers from what do you call this? North to South Bihar. इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट्स में एनडीआरएफ को भी हेल्प करते हैं क्योंकि अगर कोई कैलामिटी हो जाती है, कोई डिजास्टर हो जाता है, देन ये ब्रिज के थ्रू हम कर सकते हैं. ओवरऑल इज दिस विन विन है सिचुएशन. नेक्स्ट वी हैव द वाइजर प्रोग्राम. किसने करा था? आई टोल्ड यू, इंडो जर्मन साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर. 11 वुमेन हैव बीन देयर. 20 को ये ऑनर करते हैं. रोज 2021 में स्टार्ट हुआ था. साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी को प्रमोट करने के लिए, रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट को प्रमोट करने के लिए. इसका जस्ट एक आप कह लो स्टेम भी वैसा ही है. एंड 39 लाख इंडिया देता है. एंड कितने यूरोस वो देता है? 48,000 आई थिंक. इज इट 48,000? या आई एम राइट, 48,000. नेक्स्ट वी हैव निहोन्सु. निहोन्सु क्या है? जापानीज आर सेइंग that please make this as a GI tag. It's a wine. It's basically an alcoholic beverage, and it consists of 3 materials. What is that? Rice, water, and koji cane. What is the GI tag? GI tag आपको बताया, a particular GI territory, that is a geographical territory को symbolize करने के लिए जो भी चीज को हम बोलते हैं स्पेशल होता है उसको हम GI tag देते हैं. निहोन्सु के बारे में, GI tag के बारे में, it is launched by the GI registration and Protection Act 1999. जैसे हुआ था WTO ने ट्रिप्स एग्रीमेंट में इसको गवर्न करा डाला था. एंड बेसिकली पेरिस कन्वेंशन के कारण इंटेलेक्चुअल राइट्स में जीआई आए थे, ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन आया था. वैलिड फॉर 10 years, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नॉर्दर्न जिराफ, वाओ, इट इज ब्रॉट बाय द ब्रिटिश. IUCN स्टेटस वल्नरेबल. ठीक है. खाते क्या है? ग्रास एंड ऑल. एंड लाइफ कितनी है? 23 years, 23-28. अगर क्या नाम है ओपन में है, अगर कैप्टिव में है तो अराउंड 32 to 40 years. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट है व्हाट यू कॉल नेशनल मैरीटाइम हेरिटेज कॉम्प्लेक्स, NMHC. क्यों लोथल लिया? बिकॉज लोथल वाज द ओल्डेस्ट मैन मेड डॉकयार्ड. ओल्डेस्ट. तब उन्होंने बोला कि इससे बढ़िया जगह क्या हो सकती है, तो इन्होंने नेशनल मैरीटाइम हेरिटेज कॉम्प्लेक्स बना दिया. टूरिस्ट को एक्सट्रीमली हेल्प करेगा. And it is for, इसको क्या कहते हैं? It is not entertainment, it is edutainment. Basically, there's a lot of education and with entertainment. ठीक है. And what else? It is still on the initial stage. They have proposed कि UNESCO में इससे participate करो, इसे अपने World Heritage Site बना ले, but अभी it is still being constructed. ठीक है. And what else? लोथल के बारे में, लोथल आपको बता दिया. And Lothal was the prominent city of the Harappan civilization. We all know about Lothal. Kamikaze drones. Wow. क्या था kamikaze drones? Which 5 countries have this? Russia, China, Israel, Iran, and Turkey. क्या है? Just recently, Russia attacked Kuwait with swarm of Iranian Kazakh. And क्या है? I've already told you, small unmanned. Basically, there's no person in that. It's also called switchblades because of its blades, which are. And then इसकी height कितनी है? I've already told you, 11 feet length, sorry. And wings की 8 feet and range 1100 to 1500 miles. Further, it is difficult to detect on radar. सबसे important इसका जो startling fact है, that is कि it can detect a person by its facial recognition and attack him immediately. It doesn't. It's being programmed in that manner. Further key features I've already, this is not needed because I've already discussed upstairs. Okay. Next we have मैथिली संभव ब्रिज कहाँ पर रहेगा बेगूसराय वाइजर किसमें इंडो जर्मन साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी सेंटर नॉर्दर्न जिराफ vulnerable ब्रिटिश लाए थे 150 years ago GI टैग वैलिड फॉर 10 years रिन्यू हो सकता है NMHC राखी गरी नहीं लोकल ठीक है Do we have a panel or something like that on this? No. Yeah. I don't see. Many select tool. Yes. Yes. This is not panel. Anyhow. I'll just ask ma'am to do that. Should we now go on to another lecture? That is another that. So today I will discuss one more thing that is important places in news. In news. That means it's a compilation only to see आपको इतना पता चले कि न्यूज में कौन कौन सी प्लेसेस है ठीक है Okay, shall we start? Just a second. Is this visible? This is visible, right? Let's zoom it out. This is better, right? I think this would be a little better. I think I cannot zoom much on that. For the people who are attending online, they will have to see like that only. Okay. So we are gonna discuss Modhera Sun Temple. Any other sun temple that you can name me? Kunak. Where is it? Very good. We're talking of the Madhera Sun Temple. Prime Minister Modi visited the Madhera, which is famous for its Sun Temple. Now, coming on, we have Madhera. There's some information that is Madhera is known for the Madhera is known for the Sun Temple situated on the bank of Pashupati River. Very important. Pushpavati River. And this purpose, the temple was built in the Chalukya dynasty. Please note down what I'm saying. First, you note down located on the bank of Pushpavati. Second, it was built by Chalukya dynasty. Third, the remains. The third is the. It is located in North Gujarat. Okay. And you can say the remains of the Sun Temple at Modhera are relics of times gone by, the reverence of the natural elements, fire, air, earth, water, and sky, which were peak on that time. So this is another thing. Sun temples जो मधेरा में थे, they usually worship the five elements. कौन कौन से five natural elements है? We have the fire, air, earth, water, and sky. Is it? Further, what do we have further? Kerch Strait. Kerch Strait क्या है? Kerch Bridge, which connects the Russian to the Crimean, okay, was exploded. Have the explosion sparked the truck form. So Russia to Crimea को अगर कोई launch करता है, sorry, connect करता है, that is the. Oh, just hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. I think I have zoomed more and it might have gone up. I'll have to see here. रशिया को क्रीमिया को जो जोड़ता है, that is the Kerch Strait. Very important. I can't tell you the importance of this. Kerch Strait is a strait in the Eastern Europe. Of course, ये भी याद रखना, Russia and East Crimea are in the East Europe. East Europe means that is towards what do you call this side? Towards this Japan and all these things. Kerch Strait, and it connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov, separating the Kerch Peninsula of the Crimea. Very important. Russia connects with Crimea with Kerch Strait, and Kerch Strait further connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. Okay? The most important harbor is the IELTS. No problem. The most important harbor, the Crimean city of Kerch, gave its name to the strait formerly known as the Cimmerian Bosphorus. I'll repeat for Harshita a little bit. We have already done what we do for 20th of October. Now we are discussing some places, some important places that have come in news for the past week. I will do this thing also along with the daily current affairs. We have the Modhera Sun Temple. Modhera, I've already told you, it will be a revision for you. Modhera, Bank of Pushpavati और चालुक्य डायनेस्टी में बना था and नॉर्थ गुजरात में है. Recently प्रधानमंत्री visited. कर्च स्ट्रेट क्या था? कर्च ब्रिज जो था वहां पे एक बॉम्ब अभी फेंका गया था. ये क्या है? कर्च बोल रहा हूं मैं. रशिया और क्रीमिया को जोड़ने वाला एक स्ट्रेट है. And also it connects the Black Sea and Sea of Azov. Further, the most important harbor, the Crimea city of Kerch, gave its name to the strait. क्रीमिया में ही एक सिटी का नाम है कर्च, तब ये कर्च स्ट्रेट बना था, रशिया में नहीं. ठीक है. And it is also known as the Strait of Yenikele after the Yenikele fountain. This is another thing. ठीक है, ये हम क्यों बोलते हैं? इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज स्ट्रेट ऑफ यानिकेले, कर्स स्ट्रेट तो बोलते हैं यानिकेले स्ट्रेट। सो फोर थिंग्स यू नीड टू लर्न आउट ऑफ दिस। फर्स्ट, कर्स स्ट्रेट कनेक्ट्स क्रीमिया एंड रशिया। सेकंड, कर्स स्ट्रेट connects Black Sea and Sea of Algeria. Third, Kursk gets the name from Crimean city, Kursk. Fourth, Kursk Strait is also called as Strait of Yenikele. Why? Because Yenikele fortress वहाँ पर है, fort है. Next, we have the Persian Gulf. We have read this so many times in news and otherwise also very important, very something that is already spoken of many a times. Persian Gulf, US, UK hold drone trade in Persian Gulf after Iran seizures. Now, क्या था? An arm of Arabian Sea. Arabian Sea, you know where it is, just in the Western Ghats. So, Arabian Sea between the northwest, southwest Iran and the Arabian Peninsula, bordering countries क्या है? Persian Gulf. This is important. Please note. This time, this thing questions come. Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman, Iran. So how many countries are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 countries are bordering the Persian Gulf, and it connected to the Gulf of Oman by the Strait of Hormuz. So you need to learn 3 facts out of this. Okay, Persian Gulf के बारे में. First thing, कि Persian Gulf को 8 countries surround करती है, border करती है. उन 8 कंट्रीज का नाम है इराक, कुवैत, बहरीन, कतर, यूएई, ईरान, ओमान एंड सऊदी अरब. ठीक है. सेकंड थिंग, पर्शियन गल्फ और गल्फ ऑफ ओमान को कनेक्ट करता है स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मज. ठीक है, ये रहा तुम्हारा पर्शियन गल्फ, ये रहा तुम्हारा गल्फ ऑफ ओमान. कनेक्ट कौन कर रहे हैं? स्ट्रेट ऑफ हॉर्मज. Strait of Hormuz is situated between the Qashm Island and the Iranian coast to the north. And you don't need not remember so much detail about for the CLAT paper at least. I can say. You want to see the map? You can see a little more zoom I have done that how Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman are joined by the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. These are the 8 countries: Oman, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait. Then you have the Iran and Iraq, and you have Kuwait. Okay, Saudi Arabia and Oman also. Next, we have the Nord Stream. You know Nord Stream, Nord gas pipeline अभी बात करी थी. Nord Stream क्या है? Nord Stream consists of 2 pipelines which have 2 lines, Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. ठीक है, Nord Stream ये basically कहाँ से चल रही है? Gas pipelines है from Russia to Germany. ठीक है, and this is basically अगर आप इतना भी याद रखो बहुत है. ठीक है, you need not remember the facts and the names to such an extent that it becomes like you are doing international relations mastery. You are not doing that. Then is the Malacca Strait. Wow, this is something we have read in 6th, 7th also. In 6th geography book is also Strait of Malacca is mentioned. क्या है Malacca Strait? That is China raises Malacca security threat warning to the highest level. Here is China. This is Strait of Malacca, which separates Malaysia and Sumatra. It runs between the Indonesian island. That is the ये याद रखना चाहिए. First of all, it connects Andaman Sea, that is Indian Ocean, to Pacific Ocean. एक चीज तो ये याद रखो. Malacca Strait connects Andaman Sea and South China Sea, मतलब Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Second thing, Malacca runs between Indonesian island of Sumatra and Malaysia and Thailand to the east. ये 3 चीजें इस कंट्रीज को उसके बीच में चलता है. इंडोनेशिया, मलेशिया और थाईलैंड के बीच में चलता है. Next, it is the shortest route between Middle East and East Asia, helping to reduce. You need not remember this. Through this corridor, approximately 60% of world's maritime trade transits, and is the main source of oil for China and Japan. Very important. अब आपको समझ आ रहा है क्यों स्ट्रेट ऑफ मलक्का इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है? 60% of oil for China and Japan are gone through, have moved through this Strait of Malacca. कौन सी 3 कंट्रीज को सराउंड करते हैं? इंडोनेशिया इन द कौन से उसमें नहीं वो तो है इंडोनेशिया इन द वेस्ट, मलेशिया एंड साउथ में थाईलैंड, सॉरी मलेशिया एंड सदर्न थाईलैंड टू द ईस्ट. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वी हैव यमन. India showed disagreement over the non-agreement between the warring parties. क्या है Yemen? इतना नहीं आपको याद रखने जो उनके क्या है? It is just little bit desert country है पहली बार. सऊदी अरेबिया और ओमान से सराउंडेड है. ठीक है, सिर्फ 2 ही इसके लोग हैं. कोई रिवर नहीं है एंड इसकी कैपिटल सना है. ठीक है, this much not really. Galapagos Islands, ओल्ड ओशन करंट प्रोटेक्टेड फ्रॉम. ये गैलापागोस आइलैंड कहाँ पर है? इक्वाडोर के पास, इक्वाडोर के पास. एंड इट इज अ वोल्केनिक आर्किपेलागो वेस्ट ऑफ इक्वाडोर. वोल्केनिक आर्किपेलागो मतलब यहाँ पे बहुत सारे वोल्केनोस के वो बने हुए हैं साइट्स एंड दे कैन इरप्ट ओवर द ईयर एनी टाइम. एंड 3 ओशन करंट्स यहाँ मिलते हैं, दैट इज पनामा, Cromwell and Humboldt. You don't need to remember the names, just remember कि 3 ocean currents यहाँ पे merge होते हैं, confluence होता है उनका. ठीक है, आप सिर्फ इतना याद रखना, इक्वाडोर के वेस्ट में है ये वॉल्केनिक आर्किपेलागो है एंड यहाँ पे 3 ओशन करंट्स मिलते हैं. Israel and Lebanon. Israel and Lebanon have signed the agreement कि अब वो मैरीटाइम जो उनके बीच में लड़ाइयाँ चल रही है उसको सॉल्व करें एग्रीमेंट के तौर पर. That is Israel. It is a West Asian country located on the, keep looking at the map when I say Israel is a West Asian country located on the coastline of Mediterranean Sea, and the north coast of Red Sea. Borders are Lebanon, Syria, Jordan and Egypt. River Jordan passes and Dead Sea is the lowest point. Okay. And what about what do you need to learn out of this? If you want to learn that it is located, where is it? That it is located on the eastern coastline of Mediterranean Sea. This is the eastern coastline. Getting my point? It is located on the eastern coastline of Mediterranean Sea and the north coast of Red Sea. Dead Sea passes here. See? Lowest point. Can you see now? This is the Dead Sea. Okay. Try to relate with the map. It will help you to learn more easily. Here is the Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Jesus Christ. Let me zoom out. लेबनान के बारे में थोड़ी सी बात कर लेते हैं. लेबनान बॉर्डर क्या है? इजराइल और सीरिया. ओके, एंड वो भी ईस्टर्न कोस्ट लाइन ऑफ मेडिटेरेनियन सी के. इजराइल भी लेबनान दोनों ही. तभी तो आपस में इनका झगड़ा चल रहा है मैरीटाइम के लिए, वो सॉल्व करें. ओके, so I have discussed now 2 of your. Just a second, let me just close this down. The cursor has stopped, I think. I think that's